Right, first of all, guys, before we get into this episode, if you are listening on Spotify, please go ahead and rate us in the app. Really helps us out. Make sure you follow it as well. And if you're listening on YouTube, we'd really appreciate if you could drop a like on the video, subscribe if you liked it, and do drop a comment on anything you might disagree or agree with. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about driving, parking, all things surrounding that, the annoyances, the grievances. LED lights are becoming ridiculous. Like they're like full beam on dip.
It's when someone's behind you and they go over a speed bump, you think they flash you.
Yeah. You're like, you. What about people who he pulls alongside you? You can feel this stare. Why do they feel like they need to race and stuff? Do you know what's the game? Of course, I rise to it and I put my fucking foot down.
I get it. I'll see you later. And nothing fills me with more anxiety than people who park with a centimetre of tyre left on the curb. Oh my god,
it's called pinching, isn't it?
You can just hear the tyre. If you listen really close, you can hear the tyre going, "Help me!" It's horrible. Who gets out of the car and goes, "That'll do"? It's worse than curbing.
Yeah, that's what I can start with.
What?
No, your mate calling me a bloody closet posh.
Yeah, that's quite good. I enjoyed that.
So I'm assuming what that means is that I'm a posh person trying to hide it.
Yeah, you're a closet posh.
It's the worst expression I've ever heard in my life.
I totally agree. Yeah.
It's the worst thing I've ever. What have you been up to, mate?
Had a heavy weekend. Had a heavy weekend last weekend again.
Did I give you the?
It was bad. I mean, because it was a 2-day thing, and you know those hangovers where you wake up and you think, "This is the end. This time I've really overcooked it."
Yeah. You must think that on average 16 times a year.
No, it's probably every other hangover, but this was particularly nasty, and yeah, it was bad. It's one of those ones where I woke up and I thought, I spent a good 10 minutes thinking I'm probably gonna have to write a will today at some point. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Was I in it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely nice. Beneficiary.
Class,
you don't need it. Closet posh. I imagine you've got a vast estate.
Where did you go? What did you do?
I went out in Torquay. The first one I had work to do on the Friday night.
Hey, you came back. That's the main thing.
I did come back, yeah, and I went to Torquay, the English Riviera. Absolutely, it's like any.
I like Torquay.
Well, it's like any big seaside town. You would because you're a tourist there. I'm not slagging off Torquay.
I'm going to say Tory. I really did think you were going to say Tory.
No, so it's like any seaside town. They spend millions on the boulevard. So people go and they go, "Oh, this is lovely," and then the rest you're deep in. Not even deep. It's like 5 minutes into it, and it's like sweeping under the carpet.
Yeah,
it's like when you're a kid and
really
you tidy your room just for your parents when they come in, but everything's just jammed under the bed. If you've ever been to Blackpool, classic example, looks quite nice on the seafront, it doesn't. And then you get up on the pleasure beach and you go on the roller coaster and you see all of it and you're like, get me the fuck down.
Mate,
you're not screaming because of the drop afterwards, you're just screaming because of the view of Blackpool.
Yeah, get me down. I went to Blackpool last year for the first time, I think, and I ran around it and I ran down the promenade and I ran back. And yeah, it was a scary place.
I imagine you ran back quicker than you.
Yeah,
you
I was running away.
Yeah, fastest run I've ever done.
Yeah, great time, 5k PB. No, it was quite the dive when you go in. But that's like you said, like Weston-super-Mare, our neighbouring.
We've got to be really careful because we keep doing this we keep slagging places off.
Yeah, but I could slag Bristol off to the high heavens.
Oh yeah, so here's one for Bristol actually. I think I said this the other day, and I said it to a taxi driver actually in the taxi yesterday when I went into town for a little bit. I said, if you've never been to Bristol, for people who haven't, you're probably not going to get this, but you come down if you drove in towards Stokes Croft, there's a place called Turbo Island.
Right.
It's called Turbo Island because it's it's like every night of the week, it's just like a little corner piece in between like two roads that spin out, and it's a full of like people are just shit-faced constantly. Like there's like
you'll find Ted people there most Friday nights.
It's a great venue, but yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, it's just like there's homeless people there. There's like students there. There's always a fire. And there's fire, and it's
like
weird.
arson or
well, yeah. I mean, it goes up the side of this wall. And it's never put out, so it's weird. It's like the fire brigade goes there when it gets a bit unruly, but for the most part it's just left. So if you've never been to Bristol before and you drove in and you're like, oh, you've heard Bristol's quite nice, you drove through that area, you'd be like something out of Yemen or something.
It's like some satanic worshipping.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah. So it's
always on fire.
Yeah, Yeah, it's just left. It'll be on fire now. It's great. It's a little landmark.
It's a constant burning. It's like in Lord of the Rings when they light the things to warn Gondor off. It's just constantly on fire.
But there's more orcs.
Just a barrier of orcs are going to attend to Bristol one day. That'd be amazing.
What else have you? What have you been doing?
I haven't done a lot, mate. Mate, I'm moving next week, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm just like.
Oh no, I haven't heard about that.
Well, it's because it crept up on me.
It doesn't creep up on you. You've got to buy the place, and it doesn't. Yeah.
No, mate, it crept up. Like the sellers were like, "We're getting bored," and
right, okay.
So like we thought it was going to be a month, and then it's like, "Oh no, week and a half." Boom. And as you can see, boxes everywhere. It's starting. I hate moving, mate. I hate it. It's so boring.
Yeah, but you're
time consuming.
Quite lucky at the moment because so many people are trying to buy houses. So
yeah, right. We're all lucky in some. Yeah, okay. I'm also lucky because I'm not starving in a ditch. But I'm saying that I'm annoyed about something, and I'm bloody.
Bit of a poor analogy. Bit of a poor example.
Yeah, but it is. There's always going to be someone worse off than you, isn't there? That's the thing, isn't it? Like people go, oh, listen, there's fucking people in third world countries dying. Yeah, I know.
Name one.
Yeah. I know. There's always someone worse off than you, but I'd never moan then, would I? You know, I'd never complain about anything.
Fair. So my mate went to India last week, and he was showing me some pictures, and there's like obviously I can't remember what it is, but there's a slum. It's like the biggest slum in the world, I think.
Right.
But there's pictures he was taking. Careful, I said there was loads of like kids there, and he was taking pictures of the environment, and they were all really happy. They were all really smiling and happy. And it's it's
perspective though.
So we're all depressed. I'm sat here with my like iPhone 10 and my laptop, and in a central heated house. I'm sat there like I'm fucking miserable. And it's like there's someone over there kicking a can.
It's because it doesn't matter where you are. Like it gets worse because you can attain less.
Yeah.
So once you've reached, obviously the people in the highest positions, they go, oh, I'm so depressed, I've got everything. It's because there's nothing up from where they are. Like when Tyson Fury said, oh,
what a boy.
When he said he won heavyweight champion of the world, the first time, and he was like, I'm depressed because he had nowhere to go. Like what else can you have once you've reached that unattainable dream?
You can't take it with you, can you? No matter how much money you make, you can't take it with you. So
no one's the richest man in the graveyard
unless you're a pharaoh, in which case you can take all of it with you, and including the people around you. Which
yeah.
Imagine that, being a slave to the pharaoh.
Yeah,
he's died. Fuck, I'm calling in sick today.
yeah. I've got COVID. I swear. Fuck me.
Speaking of history, I watched some of that David Attenborough's new thing.
Oh yeah, what is it?
It's the thing about the dinosaurs.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, I mean, I only watched like an episode, but it was like they were saying, they're like just north of Swindon. They were like, we found remnants of Neanderthals, and I was like, just north of Swindon. Should have gone south. You'd have had a field day. It's a bit harsh. Just another place we slagged off in about 5 minutes.
It's all right. We're from the UK. You're allowed to slate it. Mate, can I show you something?
Hey guys, I just want to show you my runnies. So these are the material. These are fat burning leggings, as I showed you yesterday. But basically, you sweat in them, really sweat in them, and it helps you burn your calories quicker.
I'm a bit confused right now.
Right, so mate, what that is that is an influencer called Megan McKenna.
Right.
And she's obviously, this is a classic situation with influencers where there's a product and the products have gone up to the influencer and gone, oh, we'll pay you some fucking money and you promote this, please.
Yeah.
And the influencer not giving a shit about what it is and then trying to preach its praises to, a very impressionable audience, a lot of who I can imagine are young. Weight loss leggings. I can't even comment on it. Like, it irritates me so much.
I'm literally going to work out where I can buy them. Right now. You might be tapping it up.
You're sold. Ted's laughing at me, but he's Googling while he's at the bottom.
Weight loss
Seriously though, weight loss leggings. So the more you sweat, apparently, the more calories you burn. That's
really
bollocks first.
I've got
in terms of science.
Here's a question for you. So where do you think, and you might know this actually, where do you think fat goes when you burn it?
Interesting conversation. Very similar to like, where do you think your files go when you delete them?
What?
It is though.
But I know the answer.
Where?
Well, yeah, but it's a question.
I'm
asking you the question.
I thought you were opening discussion.
No. Well, it is a discussion.
No, I know. Well, it's not. You know the answer.
So you can't have a discussion if you know the answer?
No.
Okay. So where does fat go when you burn it?
You piss or shit it out?
Nope.
Don't know. Hang on, wait. Let me think.
Don't. It's dangerous.
No.
Can't think.
No.
Go on, have 3 guesses at
I
least.
just said piss shit.
Yeah, but that's 2. Go on. Anything else?
Spit.
Spit. You spit your fat out. Gyms would be a vastly different place.
We're chewing enough of it.
Brilliant. You breathe it out.
Okay. Is that bollocks?
No, it's not bollocks. I know. So there's a TED Talks that and there's a scientist and he does it on stage. And it's like carbon dioxide. I'm not going to try and go over it again because I'll probably get it wrong. But apparently the makeup of carbon dioxide is literally like oxygen, water, and fat. So you literally breathe fat out, which is amazing.
That is interesting. I feel like that just sounds like bollocks.
I know, it does sound like bollocks. He goes around to loads of people in the general public, the GP, and he interviews and he asked the same question, and there was about 200 people, and they're like, oh, it goes in energy, it goes in heat, and all this sort of stuff. And no, it's literally breathe it out.
So
I'll put a link in the thing to this so people can check it, because I know I'm going to get loads of shit for this. Like, absolute bollocks. But
is it a claimed study?
Can you just stop talking so much? I'm getting fat just sat here.
I was going to say, the people who have got the absolute honking breath. It's like, your breath stinks, but Christ, you're burning. Well done.
Yeah, no, imagine if you come out of the cinema and you're like 4 stone heavier.
Yeah.
You're in a room with everyone on the tube.
It must be, but you can't digest fat that way, you
obviously.
Stupid idiot.
Sean.
Can we go back to this fucking lady?
Oh,
mate?
yeah, sorry, carry on.
What a wind-up merchant. How does that... This is such a scandal where influencers do this all the time, like people who've got followers and they'll just promote a product because they're getting paid and they don't give a shit about what it is.
Why would you?
Firstly, that's scientifically incorrect.
Hey, we've just discovered.
Yeah, no, but it is like just because you're sweating more doesn't mean it's not your fat crying. No, do you know what I mean?
It's water. It's the same thing as when people say you lose fat from being in the sauna. Bullshit.
It is bollocks. You can't.
It's water weight.
You don't.
I mean, your heart does.
Exactly. You're becoming dehydrated. You're losing the 70% of water that you are.
You do. It does raise your heart rate a bit. So you do maybe get a very small amount of...
It's it's nothing worth... Not enough. Not worth enough you sitting in there. But she got ripped for this. Good. Because what kind of... Like, you wouldn't just promote a product that is bollocks. It's just selling false dream or false hope, really, to people who are actually...
You've literally described QVC.
Mate. Yeah, well, no, because they just sell, like, hoovers and dusters.
Yeah. But yeah, I see it.
Like this is fat. Like this is for for the
sauna.
chubbers out there. This is for them that they want to lose a bit of weight and they're like, fucking hell, I'll get some leggings, buy them from this shit company who don't have a clue what they're talking about. Oh, they'll wrap some bloody leggings in cellophane so you sweat more, you stupid prick.
This really got you.
That really winds Luke Barnett up, mate, because it's just stupid. It's stupid.
Speaking of the sauna, I don't know if I told you.
I love it how we spoke about the sauna 5 minutes ago.
I know, but
speaking of the sauna,
you want to roll. I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to stop that train in its tracks. I went into the sauna a while ago, and you have that. I mean, the last thing you want to do in a sauna is talk to someone. You're in there to relax. And you always get the person who wants to start fucking whittling on. And I sat in this sauna, and there was a bloke in there, and we were there for about 10 minutes, just doing that sort of awkward silence. I was like, just drip. And he goes, oh, it's hot. I was like, what did he say to that? Like, well, I was going to stick a jacket on. Oh, fucking weirdo. Anyway.
You were like, yeah, what's going on there?
Bloody hell. Just open that door. Open that door. Yeah,
that really leads then you.
Anything else this week? Or has it just been just you getting wound up at influencers?
Little weird things have been happening to me.
Go on.
A little weird things been happening to me.
Go on.
So I turned 26 at the beginning of the month.
If you're going to whinge about being 26,
no, it's not about the age, but like, why since I've turned 26 have I started getting up to piss in the night?
That'll happen.
It was like the day I turned 26, and ever since then, every night I'm pissing in the toilet. Okay? Why? Since I turned 26, I'm just getting up every night to piss. It never happened before.
Yeah,
I could down 6 litres of water, go to bed, wake up in the morning, and be like, go for a wee.
Maybe there's a scientific. I don't know.
I'm dead. I'm dying. I'm dying, mate. I'm senile before my time.
Yeah, no, I can comment on that. Unfortunately,
yeah, you could. You're 4 years older than me.
Yeah, but I don't get up.
You don't. Nice. Catheter.
So I know that I'm at that age of nylon sheets now.
Yeah. Or back in the Victorian times, you got the pot under your bed.
Oh, imagine that when
you're throwing it out on the south
throw
in the
shit
morning.
out the window. Oh my god!
Imagine, mate. God, I'd love it.
It'd be quite fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, man, it'd be good.
Yeah.
It'd be really good.
It's just hoying a shit out the window.
It's better than sitting in a cinema full of fat-breathing people, isn't it?
No.
Another thing quickly, sorry. If you've come from TikTok, you'll notice that one of our clips went absolutely viral. It's coming up to 700,000 views. Tens of thousands of likes. This is about supermarkets and adding S's onto the end.
Oh, yeah. I apologise.
You do have to put your hands up right now, mate, because it seems to be that the majority of people are saying that it's not a Bristol thing. This is about people putting S on the end of supermarket names, aka Asda's, Tesco's, Lidl's, Aldi's, all that rubbish.
I don't think
I've even heard people say Iceland's.
I can't believe
that's
effort. Such a nerve. But yeah, I mean, fair play. I'm wrong. And in retrospect, thinking about it now, I actually know people who do put the S's on.
Right, let's move into Break the Seal. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about driving, parking, all things surrounding that, the annoyances, the grievances,
There is only annoyances and grievances.
I agreed. There's no good times. We don't ever leave a drive thinking, fucking hell, that was the best time of my life, do we?
Yeah.
You only leave thinking about the bad stuff. It is true.
Do you want to kick it off?
Do you know what actually is funny about driving before we do kick it off? Like, driving is one of those things where you'll... Right, so for instance, I drive into a yellow box junction.
Very animated. I don't know. This is what's happened.
What?
I don't know. You're going to do a magic trick of some sort.
Thanks for breaking my flow. Was that worth it?
Sorry, it's not really. No.
Yeah. So we're basically. So you drive into a yellow box junction.
Yeah.
You sat there and you're like, oh fuck! Like you thought the traffic was going to move or something like that, and you end up being in a yellow box junction.
Oh, being
everyone's
stuck.
beeping you. Everyone's beeping you. Everyone's beeping you. And you're like, fuck! Oh god, it's not my fault. Gosh, don't worry. Like people can still get through. Oh god, come on now, guys. It's obviously not my fault.
Yeah.
And they're like, God, they're being very dramatic, aren't they? Then someone does it in front of you.
Oh, different story.
Fuck,
different
you
story.
Piece of shit.
Different story, yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy how fast the rolls turn. Like, you never put yourself in their position, do you? Driving is one of the only things where you'll actually go, you fucking idiot. But when someone's moaning at you, you're like, come on, calm down.
You're an animal.
Yeah.
I mean, I now do the thing where, you do it's the eyes. When someone's too close behind you, you do the whole... You're giving an extra 2 seconds of just looking in the window. Yeah. And then if they don't back off, they're a psycho and they just go and look at the road. But yawning a lot.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think I'm tired of shit, mate, to be honest.
I don't like it because it's contagious.
When did you start driving? How old were you?
I don't know. Actually, I passed my driving test.
Asked for an answer, not a hurricane.
I passed my driving test on New Year's Eve in the daytime when I was like 18.
18?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 18. I was 19.
Two minors. Happy about that? 2 minors.
And that's what you just got out for that, didn't you?
Dead on the first day, yeah. No, they didn't explain zebra crossings very well.
No, I was talking about the fact that you'd done 2 minors.
That's, I was trying to turn it away from being a joke.
Oh, that you're a nunce.
I was trying to, talk about killing.
Anyway, I think I was 19. I actually had a motorbike, though, before I had
I
did. 125?
I had a 125. I always had anyone who had a moped or anything less than a 125 played around with it a little bit. What
do you mean?
Well, like de-restricted it.
Oh, yeah.
You used to have that one kid in school who had like a moped that was unreasonably fast. It'd be doing like 90. It'd run out of petrol in about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
the sound.
The sound. Yeah. Horrible.
It's horrible.
I had a motorbike accident.
Me and you both.
So, did you?
Yeah.
Right, so it's my Aprilia 125.
Good, nice bike.
Yeah, it was alright actually. And it had this sort of race fairing, so it looked more like a 600 than like a 125. But it was like the third day I had it, and I remember coming around this corner. It was like a slow bend, but it was 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
As I come around the corner, a pheasant runs out. And it wasn't just your average pheasant. I mean, this thing was fucking massive. It rolled up feathers, tats, fucking baseball bat. He meant business. So I should have just hit it and then high-sided it.
Nice.
So if anyone doesn't know what high-side is, it's fucking painful. Flew over the top of the bike, went flying down the road, and I landed in a hedge.
Probably lucky you landed in a hedge.
Yeah. Well, I sort of rolled into a hedge. But there was a car behind me, and I didn't know at the time, but there's a girl called Leonie who I knew, and she like parked up about 30 metres ahead. And I remember her getting out the car, walking towards me, and then turning round to go and lock her car. And I asked her later on why. She said, I thought you might be trying to rob me. Or like, I thought it might have been a trick. And I was like, what? What sort of elaborate theft is that? It was like a fucking fiesta as well. I'm like, I've just almost died. Anyway, and I'm lying in a hedge. What's she expecting? Anyway, so by the by, I get up and I'm fine. But she'd obviously called and there was this area called the sewage farms where all the lads used to do their boy racing and stuff. It's like big open concrete section. So within about 5 minutes, there's loads of cars parked up. But the only thing that had happened really is when I'd gone over the top, my entire crotch area on my trousers had caught on the petrol cap and had ripped off.
Right.
So I just had like nothing there. I mean, I had boxers on, but it looked like some sort of like gay rodeo thing. And I was just walking around like it's sort of eye height to all the cars, like unaware, just sort of like you're right, Ted, never been better.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
I had a motorbike accident, but it was like a few months after I had the bike, and I came around a corner, some guy cars parked on his side of the road, and I was driving, and then just bang, head-on collision. He was going like 45 as well,
right,
which is quite fast for a head-on collision.
Yeah.
And I essentially...
What, you went over the bonnet or?
No. I went down, my bike went under it, and I went halfway under the car.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was wicked cool. Yeah, would
cool.
recommend it, mate. It was madness.
Right, we'll touch on that in a minute.
So I'm like, oh! He's like, he reverses off me, and you just hear the bumper go, and I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, okay, I'm alive. I actually was all right. And then I look up and it go, oh, it's my missus' stepbrother.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awkward.
It made the insurance simple, but yeah. I had to wheel the bike back. Luckily, I was just around the corner from Dad, so we went around there and then got through the door and went, oh God, I'm not going to. I was like, oh, he just hit me off my bike, and everyone went, ah ha ha. I went, no, he just hit me off my bike. They went, what? And I was like, oh yeah. First one, we'll dive in on a pretty simple one. People that leave full beam on.
Yeah, but it's not on purpose. Or do you mean leave it on on purpose? Or
well, I don't know. I don't know their intentions.
Yeah, but I think I accidentally do that as well.
I come around the court. Well,
accidentally.
Wake up.
Yeah, I know. It's not. Everyone does it.
Also,
everyone does it.
Full beam. Yeah, but mate, and we're a couple of people who have these cars. LED lights are becoming ridiculous. Like they're like full beam on dip, aren't they?
It's when someone's behind you and they go over a speed bump, you think they flash you. And
yeah. You're like, you fucking,
and then you go from like 0 to 100 and then back down. He's a nice guy, really, isn't he? Absolutely psychopath.
Yeah. You
prick. Want to come around for dinner?
But seriously, LED lights are becoming ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
like they're so bright. I flashed a few people, like, turn your fucking full beams off, and then they flashed me, and I'm like, how do you do that then?
Yeah. Ultra flash?
How do you do that? Yeah. Some double flash? Yeah, I don't know. But full beaming really winds me up.
I was going to say about, so this is more about driving, but I'm going to curtail it into parking.
Yeah, tail away.
So I'm at war.
Is this where you live?
I think it's best to have just a dramatic pause after that, if you don't mind. So we'd say that again.
Okay.
So I'm at war.
Is that where you live? Sorry.
I'm at war. Okay. That was really good. I don't know if that's going to be picked up on the mic.
It should be. Yeah.
Yes.
Is this where you live? Yeah.
Yes. Where I live. Yeah. On my homeland.
Okay.
Yeah. This is. Yeah. I am. So there's a parking warden.
Yeah.
Around my neck of the woods. He is the Bear Grylls of parking, the Ronaldo of parking wardens. He's less of a parking warden than he's a hunter. This man. He has a ghillie suit. He sits in hedges. He waits.
It's like a pavement suit.
No, yeah. I imagine him. He's like the Batman of parking wardens. I reckon he goes home on a night. He has like a bat cave just filled full of fucking tickets and like parking evasion apparatus. Yeah, like regs of his victims. Yeah, tokens of shit that he's taken. That's another one. Yeah, he's an animal. I mean, he's like one of those all-weather weapons. And he wears the little utility belt, which I don't know because you've only got one thing. Yeah. Ticket. Yeah. So he wears this belt and he like comes out every day, all weathers, China break, and he sits and he waits until that minute it goes like 1 minute past the clock in the.
Do they not have like a period of time that they can like? It's not like 10 minutes after the hour or like, do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, you should. I know. I should. You should know your enemy. I have been doing some research, but he's very close quarters on the whole thing. Yeah, as Batman would be.
Private guy.
But he. Yeah. So I had a run-in with him. We are at war. I am losing, but I do take the little victories where I can.
Okay.
So he, this started off. So basically we got resident permits areas around my neck of the woods, and I refused to get one. I should get one. It would have saved me a lot of money. And I think it's just I'm stubborn. I came up one day and he knows I live there. He's been there a million times. He knows what my car is, and he's like, "Oh, I've got no axe to grind." He does, and I've just sort of we've had it out a few times. I mean, he's in the right.
How much do you think you're in debt?
I mean, I've paid my dues, but
have you?
Yeah, I've paid a lot of them. Well, not all of them, but I've paid quite a lot of them. Anyway,
why don't you just?
I should get.
Don't you have a permit?
No, I don't. We get visitor permits, but we don't have a. I don't know.
So how are you meant to park there?
Well, there's like 2 spaces where the lines have slightly eroded, and you can get away with it. So you park there, and if you park after 5 in the residence areas, they can't touch you.
They can't. It's
like inviting a vampire in. It's like putting a ring of salt.
It's
around
like
the eyes
Iron
of
Legend
demon,
with the shade.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
moving, isn't it? It's exactly like that.
Exactly like that, and he looks exactly like one of them as well. He's more evolved. But anyway, so the one victory I had over him, which I think counts as it was like me. Dropping the atom bomb. One morning I wake up and he's there. He's feasting on my car. So he's turned away from it and he's doing the ticket. And I sneak up and I get in my car and I fuck off. And I just fucked up. But I had to drive up the road, and they were doing the bins that day, so the bin lorries are out, and so I had to 180 and come back past him. And honestly, it was like that moment in Top Gun, if you ever see it, where Goose is coming past with his little finger. I was like, woo! It was the best morning ever. Bounced into work. But you know, they always have that line, don't they? Of, "Oh, once it's written, I'd love to rip it up." So someone's paying for it. Yeah. Have that, you bastard.
On to the next battle.
Yeah.
Onwards. You might have won the battle, Ted, but it doesn't sound like you've won the war, mate.
No, I should get a permit, but yeah, I've written so many letters to the council. I'm keeping the Bristol City Council afloat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What is your middle name, Karen?
I mean, everyone does this. It's an old one, isn't it? But what is it about turning your music down when you're trying to park?
Yeah, so you can see better.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So moving on.
No, I've seen it a million times. Me and Nick do it all the time. Or when you're coming into like a tighter area.
Yeah.
Or, and then like you like turn the music down. Why are you doing that? Wow.
There's no reason, but yeah.
It's so I can see better.
Yeah.
I'm now visually a lot more aware. Yeah, I don't know. Just you're probably subconsciously thinking you're gonna hit something. You think, fuck, I better hear out.
I've got a sixth sense as well for parking, like I swear, around my neck of the woods. I can sniff out a space if it's like, even if it's like a metre, I'll try it. I might always get in it, but I'll try it. But when it comes to an empty car park, I'm fucked. Yeah. What is the problem with multiple choices? It takes you about an hour going through the car park to park in a spot.
It's not just that, mate. It's that it's way easier to park when there's 2 cars there. Do you not find when there's just lines? I'm like reversing. I'm a big reverser, you know. I reverse into the spot. I never drive in,
right?
Because I like a quick exit, you know. Just okay, big history. So I'm always reversing, and it seems to be. And I'm like, right, reversing, no cars, can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I come out and I'm like, fucking 45-degree angle, like absolutely like crossed over 3 different spots. I'm like, how has this happened? But when there's 2 cars on each side, and I've got like. I know, right, I've got to get in there. Absolutely beautiful.
You've got a camera on your car, haven't you, as well? Has that made you worse or better at parking?
Good at parallel parking.
Really? For some reason, it has ruined my parking.
Mine's got this... Does yours have the
lines?
The lines,
yeah.
But
it's fucked me, because it's got the thick line, it's got an outside line, and I don't know if that's my tyres or what that is.
Yeah! So yours got like a dashed one, and then like a straight one.
I don't know what that is, so... I think it's actually, honestly...
Label it, am I right?
I used to be so good at parking when I had nothing, when it was just, me and the seat next to me and the arm and the looking over, and that was perfect.
That was a Michael McIntyre joke. I remember when he was talking about that. He's like, I'm sorry, Michael, if you're listening. He will be. He goes, oh, darling, what do you find sexy? Like, I want to spruce it up a bit. And she goes, do you know what I really find sexy, Michael? It's when men... reverse the car and put their hand on the back of the seat and look back. He's like, how do you want me to interpret this into life? Like,
I can't reach the back of the seat. I just get the side of it. I just clutch the shoulder.
Fall into the central bit. Yeah. Well, funny that. I did find that funny. I always feel sick when I'm doing it though, Like, when I'm reversing, I'm like, fucking... No, sorry, it's like that, isn't it? You're like... Do you know what I mean? No, me neither.
Do you pay the final thing? I'd say whenever you pay, do you ever get tickets?
I have, yeah. I got a bus lane one recently, and that was annoying.
But I imagine as a closet posh, you don't really just sort of brush them off, do you?
Yes. I write my letter to the council also.
I get my Steve to write my letter. So when you go on the website, you put your ticket in, and then it says add to basket. And there's something that really fucks me off about that.
And then there's another one underneath, promo code.
Like you're enjoying this experience. Continue shopping.
Yeah.
Like, fucking
I'll have 3 more.
Yeah. Also, I wasn't related items.
Yeah, bus ticket. Yeah.
I will. Oh, get this before Christmas. Do we shopping now? Yeah. Awful, fucking awful. There's one more thing I wanted to tell you about with parking. And I can't remember what it is.
You not write it down?
Fuck, I don't know if I did.
Let's talk about dangerous people. We can come back.
Oh, sorry. And we touched on this the other day. There's 2 things, and they both sort of dovetail into each other. People who go over 2 spaces.
Yeah, that is criminal. I agree, mate.
Really
100%.
And it is 97.6% of the time someone in a fucking Range Rover.
Yeah.
And then the other point,
a big car,
and then the other point, whatever the time is
big
BMW.
Cars wind me up.
I mean, the Range Rovers. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's in like a deep down jealousy or whatever it is, but fucking people in Range Rovers. And I've got a lot of friends who have Range Rovers. I don't. I've got probably like one friend who has a Range Rover, but I know people have Range Rovers, and they're nice people. But generally speaking, they're the most obnoxious pricks on the road.
They are.
I don't know what it is.
It's when they get in that car.
I think. If I see someone in a Lamborghini, or I'm never like envious. Well, I'm envious, but I'm never like. Oh. Yeah. But when I see someone in a Range Rover, generally one person. It's never
especially
like.
When it's in a van.
It's never like a few. It's never. It's always one person, and they're always doing that 5-minute trek to the fucking shop in a city.
Yeah.
Who lives in the middle of a city and buys a fucking Range Rover? It's a status thing,
and then
isn't
sticks it on the double yellows and puts their hands.
I guess they're nice cars, but like for the money you pay for one of those,
no, I don't get it.
It fucks me off, and it's always some.
No. You know what it always is, mate?
What?
It's always soccer mums.
Soccer mums, yeah. Oh, good. Awesome bloke, sat in a Range Rover with just a jumper draped over himself.
Yeah.
Oh, that wanker.
Closet
with a closet posh, with no expression.
Yeah.
At all, or just maybe a slightly curved.
On the phone to Darren whilst he's on his way to his next meeting. Darren.
Oh, bloody good.
No, I'll be there in 5 now. I've just got to whiz by and get some milk for
just
the wench.
Just to the boys. Flipping a few properties. Yeah, up from London for the day.
Yeah, Darren, got to go now. At Tesco's.
Just been down the Lowe's Cafe.
Yeah. Soccer mums are fucking lethal though, aren't they, mate? Living in this small town, wow, there are some nutty women drivers around here.
Yeah.
And that's not me being sexist. There's nutty men drivers, but it's a period of time in the day where it's the mums. They've just like.
But is that just because there's a lot? Is it because they're picking up kids?
And it's not Range Rovers. I don't care what you're doing. I don't give a shit where you're going or what you're doing. Yeah. You're a nut job.
You don't need a 5-litre turbo to pick up your one child from the
Exactly.
school that's
it's
300 metres down the road. Yeah.
Or it's like it's the people carrier ones that you got to watch out for, man.
Yeah.
Like it's the ones that look all cute in their fucking Nissan Zafira or whatever they're called, and. Nut jobs, bro. It's like fucking fuss. They're like Paul Walker has seen RIP. Sorry. As soon as they put their, they go past it. Fucking hell, mate. And they're the ones where you'll come up to a zebra crossing, and they'll look pissed off that they have to stop.
Yeah. Do you say thank you when you go over a zebra crossing?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, just because in European countries they don't stop.
But you do feel powerful, don't you? I'd say.
Yeah.
You do feel powerful.
You're kind of like a.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You're welcome for me crossing.
Yeah. But that's the thing, mate. I think it's a very well-known rate. It's that the pedestrian is always right. It's always the pedestrian's right of way, no matter what the situation. Maybe not the motorway.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I do have a friend who has been caught walking back from a night out on the M5 3 times now.
You did have a mate who's been caught.
He's still alive.
Really?
Genuine, mate. What? Just caught on the hard shoulder, walking back on the M5.
If you're listening,
you know who you are if you are listening.
Yeah, that's not a trait to follow, is it? You're right though. That period of that's better then. Yeah,
sorry, just like seems like a lovely route.
Quicker.
We'll take the family down.
Cuts out all the corners. But you're right that period between like 3 and 4 when they do the kids pick up.
Yeah,
it is full moon, isn't it? It is a full moon. It is an absolute full moon, and also the park. Nothing fills me with more anxiety than people who park with like a centimetre of tyre left on the curb.
Oh my god! It's called pinching, isn't it?
Is it called pinching?
It's called pinching. Yeah.
I don't know, but that's
And
the
it looks like
motion
it's just
my
about to
arse
go-
makes when oh my God, it is fucking...
And you can see the air.
You can just hear the tire. If you listen really close, you can hear the tire going, help me! It's horrible. Who gets out of the car and goes, that'll do? It's worse than curbing
That
it.
looks healthy.
Yeah. It's so bad. Any more on driving? Any more grievances? Didn't you say we had some grievances in?
We do, but that'll be last orders, I reckon.
Yeah, but about driving.
Oh, it's a question, actually.
About driving?
No, it's a question. It is, sorry, yeah, about driving. Do you think, so obviously a lot of people, including me, there's a lot in this small town.
Sorry, being closet posh, including moi.
Including I. There's a lot of old age pensioners drivers here, and some of them are an absolute danger to society.
Yeah.
Are they not?
I like to think
We've got to agree that's not ageist. You get past a certain age, your reactions become lesser.
What age? Is it the age when they reach the avid note leaver age, I'd call it?
As in, like, when...
As in, you get to that age and then you feel it's your duty to start leaving notes on everything.
Yeah.
Whether it's the bins outside because someone doesn't carry their weight in the block of flats you live in, or whether it's the car.
If we could all start doing this, please.
What are these people? Really formal. Thank you. To whom it may concern. But you get to that age when you feel like that spot outside your house is yours. And it's next to the pavement. It's not a parking spot, but you're just entitled to it.
Yeah.
It's just curtained. I'd say if I get to the age, I don't know what age, but
yeah, you're right. When you think a bit of the road
becomes yours.
There was a lot of that where I've last lived.
Really?
Yeah. There was a lot of that, and you'd get looks. Nothing was ever said.
But that's almost worse, isn't it?
Looks were exchanged.
Well, so last week when I went to Torquay, I parked up at my mate's house and I left the car there when we went into town, and he said, "Oh, you might want to move that." I was like, why is that? And he said, well, and this is a new build, and apparently they're not even an old couple, but he said the last person who parked there came back and his car had been egged. And I was like...
Mine was a new build. That's where I used to live, a new build estate.
Right.
Exactly the same.
Maybe it's
very young couples.
Maybe it's something about because it's new, but it's people like... It's like sticking your flag in the ground. It's like sticking your flag in the ground.
But the problem is, it's a chain reaction, because, we can all park in front of our own houses or in this space, and it would be great. But as soon as someone comes in, the chain is knocked out, isn't it? It's like dominoes. So someone's parked. So a visitor's come by, parks in front of your house. You park in front of theirs. Someone's going to be wound up for some unknown. What?
I'm slagging this up.
I'm just going to say something. Find something to live for, please, because fuck me, that is awful, isn't it?
We've just been rattling on about this, and I actually think I'm guilty of this. Just thinking now in my head.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
You've come out as an honest man, and it's probably a good note to end a friendship on, really.
Yeah. The what?
The what?
The what now?
Are you really guilty of that?
I think I've got a case because it's because I can't park in the permit bits, so I have those two spaces which are the eroded yellow lines which I can park in. So if someone takes that,
it's your game.
Yeah, so they're my spaces effectively.
Okay, so you're an arsehole.
If I can't have them, no one can.
Brilliant. Well, it's all coming out now, isn't it, mate? What about people who, when you're at a traffic light and there's either a young kid or just a young man next to you, and you can feel his eyes on you for some reason. You're both at the front of the queue. He pulls alongside you. You can feel this stare. Why do they feel like they need to race and stuff? Do you know what's the get? Of course, I rise to it and I put my fucking foot down.
I get it. I'll see you later.
I get
it. I had it. The most I had that urge in my life is when I was working for a company a while ago, my car broke down. This is quite funny actually. I didn't laugh at the time, but my car broke down. My mate owns a car garage, so he picked me up and he took me to the garage and he said, mate, I'm sorry, I can give you a car temporarily, but the only thing I've got is the BMW M3.
Right.
And I'm like, what? Sorry.
No, you'll be like, it'll have to do.
Yeah. I was like, it's a nightmare. I was like, and I see the light in my eyes.
You
lit
think
up.
I want to be caught driving around it? Oh, fuck.
But honestly, I was like, come on. So anyway, and then he said, so yeah, the M3, and I said, you're fucking joking me, aren't you, Chris? And he said, no, honestly, mate, it is. And he gets the keys out like that, gives me the keys, and like a little child, I snatched them out of his hands and went, touched the buzzer, and it went, boop, boop. And I look around, nothing to be seen. I just see this little orange flick in the corner of the car park. It's a fucking Matiz. I was seething. I was absolutely seething. And it is like he thought it was the funniest thing. He was absolutely creasing. But that Matiz, like, I absolutely ruined that thing. I mean, it was ruined anyway. The early Matiz days, I would be at the traffic lights and I would be that person because you've got nothing to lose. So it's like, come on.
I know what you mean, but I don't start this a lot of the times, but I rise to it every time, and I don't know why.
Clickbait, innit?
I look at them, I think, fucking losers. It's good. It's happened a number of times where maybe someone's cut me up on the motorway. We both come up on the same slip road. We're both lining up, and then I smoke them there, and I feel great. And no one's watching, but I know. I feel like I'm in a movie a little bit, and I'm driving. I'm like, see him in my rear view mirror. I'm like,
or you go the other way.
I've completed life.
You go the other way, where you do engage in it, and then they completely decimate, and then you do that thing where you pretend you weren't even doing it. Yeah. You sort of look around like...
You completely back off before it looks like you're challenging.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If
I wait a bit
if I stop now, it'll look like I've just taken off normally.
I just start quick.
I'll go, Nick, is that look like a fast car? And they'll go, she goes, I'll see it at Ibiza, I'll be like, fine. Or something like that, you know what I mean? I can swing up next to that, but... Mate, I had a nightmare when I was selling a Seat Ibiza, actually. Right. I had this yellow car. It was so yellow, it couldn't have been more yellow. Right. And it was great. Things started going a bit wrong. I was like, right, oh God, I'm going to get rid of it.
I remember that car.
It jumped. It was I had it when I worked with Ascot. It was jumping, like things kept going wrong. I was like, right, fuck this. I'm going to just get rid of it. I put it on Marketplace and people were interested, and this guy messaged me, like frequently messaging me. He's like, right, I want to come see this. I'll fucking buy it right there and then if it's fine. Like, I was like, right, fine. I get there and this people carrier pulls up with like 4 scary men. And I'm like, all right. All right, where's the... I don't know why it's northern. Like, all right, where's the Ibiza then? I went, it's just round the back, mate. Yeah, round the back, mate. Yeah, round the back. He's like, all right then. He gets out and he's got one mate on the phone, like having an argument with someone. He's got this girl in the car as well, and she's just like, hey, Darren, hurry up! I want to get fucking McDonald's. And I'm just like, I'm gonna get killed. Like, not being judgmental, but fucking hell. Like, it was quite a scary group of people, like quite a ruckus.
This is the closet posh in UK.
No. Right, and he goes, right.
4 chaps pulled up in the car.
He tries to start it. Bear in mind, I hadn't started the car in ages, and it just doesn't start. All right, so it needs a bit of a jump. I think we need to put some water.
You can just hear his knuckles cracking behind you.
He goes, it's not starting, mate. I was sitting there for 20 minutes watching him. I was like, oh. And then he goes, can you go and get me a bowl of water? I went, what? I don't know why you wanted a bowl of water.
Of the dog?
I come back with a fucking bowl of water. I'm like, fuck me, I'm about to get baptised or something.
I'm about to get absolutely baptised.
And he pours it into something. And I'm like, well, great, now my car's drowned. And it does start working, to be fair. I don't know what he did. He must have known something that I don't know anything. So,
just a little segue. When you said that, then, what a great way to say we'll have to get pissed.
What?
Going to get absolutely baptised.
Yeah, it's a good way. Well, it just proves the fact that you can use any sort of word. Yeah. We're going to get towel tonight.
We'll do that at some point.
Anyway... The guy just looks at me, turns around after pouring water on me and he goes, I'll give you 80 quid.
80 quid?
Yeah. And I went,
no.
Yeah, all right.
Did you actually? Fuck's sake.
I did. It didn't start. There's so much wrong with it. I already had my new car, and you know when you just want to get rid of it.
How much did you pay for it in the first place?
I don't know, like $1,000.
And you took 80 quid?
I had it for 2 years and it just stopped, mate. Things were going so wrong with it.
Really?
Like, it didn't, like, he just got it to start. He goes, I'll give you 80 quid now, and if it breaks down on the way home, I won't be coming back asking for my money.
Yeah, because you won't be able to fucking get back, will you, if it breaks down, you twat.
But, he was like 80 quid. I went, yeah, all right. No worries.
I mean, you would have got more scrapping it in.
No, I don't think I would have.
No?
No.
So where
would I have taken it? I couldn't take it anywhere.
Really bought a car with my dad once off this bloke in a place in Newton Abbot in Devon, and this bloke rocked up and he was dodgy as fuck. He was really dodgy. I say he was dodgy. He was a really nice bloke, but I say dodgy. Sorry, he was covered in tats, but like all over his face and stuff. Like, that doesn't mean dodgy. Just yeah. Anyway,
judging, are we?
A little bit judgy. Yeah, it was a bit. He was a nice guy, but he was quite obviously a bit of a lad. Anyway, so. Bought this Merc off him. It's like an older Merc. It was in really good condition. It was really, well looked after and stuff. I couldn't believe it. He wanted like 500 quid for it. It was very loose about it.
Really?
It was like, yeah, it was like 550, 500. We were like, yeah. So there and then that day, drove back.
So you opened it up hollow.
Yeah, literally. But he came back, drove back to my dad's house, and we sat there. And then about an hour later, after we've exchanged all that sort of stuff, he gives me a ring. He's like, oh, mate, yeah, I need to come back to the car. I was like, okay. So he then comes back to the car and he reaches under the seat where there's an envelope full of cash. And
so you trafficked?
And he was like, cheers, mate. And he walked off with it. And I was like...
No way!
No, but we checked the history of this car. There was nothing shady about it.
You did a HPI check.
You did everything. Just checked it because we were like, this is going to be stolen. So, and there was nothing flagged up. It was all fine.
But he just made you traffic some money?
No, it was his car, wasn't it? Until he'd forgotten that he'd left this package of money underneath the...
Still, that doesn't explain why he got rid of it for so cheap.
Well, I mean, if he's got loads of money, but yeah.
That's weird,
strange,
isn't it?
Wasn't it? Really strange.
Yeah, because that sounds like you want you to get money from one end to another, but...
No, it's from Newton up to Totnes. That's a 10-minute drive.
Well, mate, I've heard there's some borders on the way there.
Yeah.
So Checkpoint Charlie.
Those Devon patrols.
Right, we're going to come in. So we're on last orders now. Thank you very much.
Hard.
If you are staying here, if you have stayed for this long, thank you. We really appreciate it. It's really cute and nice, and yeah, you've really wasted your time. Right, we're going to come in hot now with some trivial annoyances, but driving related ones from you guys, the public, the viewers, the fans, which you all are. They are fans, mate. They're in love with us.
They're in love with us.
They are. Mate, we've had some sexy messages, I'll tell you that. That's for sure. Right.
Christ.
Okay, Nicole comes in. She's coming with quite a few, actually. Bikes on the road when there's a cycle path.
Bikes on the road when there's a cycle path. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. In defence of that, sometimes in a city it does go from like road to cycle path, but I know what you mean when there's not
dedicated road,
people on the dual carriageway when there's a cycle path adjacent to it.
Someone said that.
That's electric chair, if you ask me. That shouldn't be allowed at all. But the thing is, let's not get too on cyclists. People kick off at cyclists all the time. I mean, someone said, I paid my road tax. It's like, well, so the fuck do they?
Yeah, but they're not the ones ruining the road to the cyclists, are they? Do you know what I mean?
Well, they're
not the ones polluting, for one.
No, I'm saying I'm on the side of the cyclist.
But I'm saying that the reason that cyclists don't pay road tax is because they're not polluting.
Yeah,
and
but they probably do. That's
what
I'm saying. It's just because they've got a bike doesn't mean they don't have a car as well.
No, I agree, but You're right. Yeah. But you're paying road tax for the car because you're using a car.
I know. I get that concept. I'm just saying that people. That's the argument people have. I pay my road tax. I've got a right to be on it.
Yeah, but so what? You're saying that you'd be pissed off if they didn't have a car and weren't paying road tax at all?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that people have the argument.
You are.
No, don't
Nick also said people who drive 30 on a 60. That happens so much here.
People who drive anywhere under the speed limit. Yeah. It can be 1 mile an hour under the speed limit. If I'm on the way to work and you are 1 digit under that fucking number, I'm not having it. I'm
There's that famous video where that guy comes up and she's driving with like a granddad or something, and he goes, she goes, Granddad, it's 60 mile per hour. He goes, oh, that's just a suggestion.
So it's when they do this. The ones that I hate is when they're doing like in a city, like the national speed limit, so it's like 60 mile an hour in the countryside lanes, whatever. Generally speaking, that sounds a bit extreme, doesn't it? But anyway, 60 miles an hour, and then they hit a 30 mile an hour like village, and then they're doing like 40 or 50.
Yeah, like they don't know their decide what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
Are you a you can't have your you can't do it both ways, my friend. Or it's the people who
can't have your road and eat it.
60 people who do 60 miles an hour on the national speed road, or 30. Fucking honking the brake on.
Yeah. Banging that brake.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, so what? There's a school. They made their choice. People, white cars with roof rack bars makes me think it's the Popo every time. Fuck 'em. That's what Matty has said. White cars with roof racks.
I love the fuck 'em at the end of that.
Yeah, he did. He said fuck 'em. Quite sadistically as well. I've actually never had an issue with that.
No, I get it. I totally get that.
Do you get it? I've never had that confusion. Matt Stone said cyclists that cycle side by side.
Oh, two abreast.
Two abreast.
As you would say, yeah.
I did say two abreast is the correct expression.
Abreast.
Can we say?
And they're always laughing and joking, and I've become it really fucks me off. It's the what, and it's not their fault.
Yeah, they're like, haha, yeah. We'll see you out on the course next week.
When they avoid, I mean, you've got it on the side, but when they avoid a pothole and then
when they want to save their own life.
Yeah, and you've got to go then around with them, and then that can really fuck things up.
Yeah. No, cyclists side by side, they're actually encouraged to do that actually by the DVLA.
Okay.
They're encouraged to cycle in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah, no, I get that, but like side by side, are they allowed to do that? Doesn't matter,
does it? If one's at the left, do you know what I mean?
You couldn't drive like that, could you?
No, you couldn't, Ted.
Double standards.
That's another thing that trips me out. You ever thought about that? You ever sat on a bus and you thought, how the fuck are we fitting in this lane?
Yeah.
It's very wide.
Yeah.
It's like this bus. Like my car's got 2 seats,
and
it feels like it's just in the lane, and then you're on a bus with 6 seats and a fucking and an aisle.
I've been in the bus lane more times in my car than I have on a bus.
Yeah.
I think bus lanes are honey traps, aren't they?
They are,
because if you're in London or whatever, you just slip into one.
You
don't even know you're in it until it's too late, and it's no option. It's either death or bus lane.
It is.
The fine's just smiling at you. It's like, come on.
Yeah, it is
horrible.
It is, mate. It fucking is. They're there to trap
and
you.
They put
those in the deceitful play, and then the bus lanes that turn into a normal lane. They're like, ooh, and then they go no, and they come straight back in.
There's a bit in Leeds, so the bus. You always look like a prick on the camera as well, don't you? It's always like you and your toddler looking at that like, sort of chin up outside the front.
Where are the fence?
Yeah, but, there's a bit in Leeds. If you've got to go, I don't know if it's still the same. You used to go all the way around the ring road to get to the train station. You got to turn off at the train station.
Yeah,
and on the left, but there's like 5 lanes. You've got to, so you come around this corner into this like 5-lane bonanza, and you've got to try and get from one side to the other.
Yeah,
and it's like playing British Bulldogs. It's insane. It's nuts.
Those sections of the road are fucking. It's like have you ever driven around Arc de Triomphe?
It's like Mad
Not
Max.
driven around it, but have you ever been to Arc de Triomphe in Paris?
Triomphe.
We're not French.
Fair enough.
Have you ever been?
Yep.
Right, so chorizo. That's mayhem. There's like no road system there.
Yeah.
So me and Nick, when we went in 2019, we decided to run across it. Stupid idea, because we found out when the other side there's actually a tunnel that goes underneath it to get to the middle. So
you ran across that road. That's
mate.
nuts.
Yeah, mate, it was stupid.
I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah,
it's
like most other countries, European otherwise, that are pretty sketchy with the driving. Like Italy, like fuck me, you just wouldn't get insurance out there.
I was using the electric scooters out there when I was in Milan last year.
I
knew you were going to do some sort of stupid impression.
In Milan.
Why am I Boris Johnson? The guy from Star Wars. Jar Jar Binks.
That's quite good.
Right, we had fucking shitloads of basically from we have some from Barry, Matt, Nick.
I've got some trivia notices, but
all coming through saying essentially people. Lane hoggers on the motorway is a classic one. We've touched on it last time, We've touched on it before, but I thought I'd give them a shout out, especially outside laners. And
fast lane.
I've already made a clip about that, by the way. Me basically saying that you're an idiot because it's not the fast lane.
It is the fast lane.
It's not the fast lane, mate.
Fast lane. What do you do in that lane?
No.
What do you do in that lane?
So there's no other cars on the road, just you. What lane are you in?
Bloody fast lane. I'm going fast.
You're an idiot then. What's wrong with the motorway? It's not how it works. It's not America.
That's why with all those cones up and the variable speed limits, it's my fault.
All those variable fucking speed limits, and they're like, road work's being done. There never seems to be any fucker on there, does there?
Oh mate, never, ever. It's like 17 miles of just cones, and then nothing.
There's been one on the M4 for about 4 years.
I guess they do a lot of it at night though, don't they?
I don't know. I've driven day and night, mate. I swear I've been scouting them out.
Yeah.
It's me and the binoculars on the side of the M5.
Also, you know, on the motorway, and you always see like bridges with the graffiti on. Has anyone ever seen anyone doing the graffiti?
Yeah, good point.
I've never seen
train tracks. Train track.
What the fuck?
Who's doing it on the train tracks?
It's mental.
And who has, and like on the tube?
Because it's elaborate. So it's not like a little bit. It's like massive.
I've never seen a lad just jump onto the tracks and start. Yeah, there's like these huge
on
great
the middle. Yeah, right in the fucking slap bang in the middle
like
of it.
Like a realistic portrait, and you're like, hang on.
I never saw scaffolding up there.
It's literally. It's like you never see Banksy as well, though, is it? It just turns up.
That's a bit.
Then
he's been seen loads of times. It's just,
and also he just does little drawings. Oh, little cute drawings,
stencils.
Pussy. Right, we've got a few more here. Can
I share some of my trivial notices, but they're not about driving?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I realised, so this week I just realised how angry at life I am, I think.
Yeah, you're fuming.
It's just little things. No wonder.
I don't blame you. You're not in a great position.
No, yeah.
Things are going pretty downhill for you. If anything, you're at a dead end.
I'm a bit of a dead end. Christ. Let me just leave that in to soak in for a minute, I reckon.
I love it.
Taps that are too close to the sink.
What?
So, let me explain. Sorry, maybe put this a better way. Taps that are too set too far back. So when you wash your hands, you've got to touch the basin.
Oh, you touch the
Oh,
basin. That happens a lot in services.
But yeah, it's in the places you don't want to touch stuff, or the toilets where you go in there and you've got to touch the toilet because the door opens inwards and you've literally got to brush your leg against this piss-covered toilet basin. Fucks me off to no end.
That is annoying. Yeah. That is
I
annoying.
won yesterday. It really, really fucking got to me. So I went and filled my car up at the petrol station, went into the petrol station, came out, I thought, people invariably lick these fucking handles, don't they? The petrol squeezers. Is that what you call them? Petrol squeezers? Anyway.
Definitely not, no.
So I went to use the hand gel, the sanitizer. Fucking empty.
Nice.
So
good, because normally the stuff in service stations is very, very cummy.
It stinks of vodka.
It's very cummy.
Brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's cummy.
Right.
Like it. Yeah, but cummy. No, but do you know what I mean? Like it's very.
It's
like
over the top.
sticky,
Over the
almost.
top. It's just like PDA, isn't it?
It's fucking horrible.
But there is not. If you think about it, it's like there is not a single thing you want. You let me start that again. When you use the hand sanitizer, you think about everyone who's tried using that hand sanitizer has had dirty hands. So in trying to clean your hands, you've made them twice as bad. I've just got double COVID from something that's supposed to reduce the COVID. Yeah.
Triple COVID.
Triple COVID.
So I'm actually an advocate of not being over sanitized or over soap or over clean. This sounds really controversial.
I can tell.
This sounds really controversial. I'm a clean person. I shower every day. I have 2 showers every day, actually. I have a cold shower in the morning and I have a hot shower in the afternoon, in which I use my
own urine.
In which I feces. I'm like a mud bath in my own shit. And I use like a 0% non-fragrance. So I don't want that fucking all those chemicals. You know what I mean? I just like 0% soap. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't really give a shit about what I use in the shower.
No. But like, I don't use fragrance stuff.
Right. Okay.
Stuff that's like infused with crap.
Okay.
I'm not a mad. I'd never really sanitized before COVID or anything like that. I never.
So you didn't really use it before during COVID?
I always have this argument, especially when going into public toilets, that it's especially when obviously when using a urinal when you're just weeing, that it's safer for me to walk in, piss and leave.
Yeah, if you're not touching anything. If you're not touching anything,
then
I
it is
agree
for
with
me
that.
to put the tap on, get a towel.
Yeah, do you know? I always thought that. Good one. Yeah, always. Yeah, great.
It
really
is.
Happy you brought that up. I'm happy I'm not alone.
Yeah,
really
it's
happy
so
about
much
that.
safer. But then
the look you'll give someone if you catch someone doing that.
He's a dirty fucker. Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Catch him out in front of the entire audience.
Do you want to bring you the soap?
Yeah.
No, but it's way safer. I rarely wash my hands after a piss.
Loads and loads of people have been after.
If you rarely wash your hands with after a piss, please let us know.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
So you completely put me off my train there. With the sanitizer, yeah. So everyone after COVID has been getting really fucking ill. I speak for myself, like constantly fucking ill after COVID.
Do you know why?
I don't know. It might be
No. After the 2 years, people are getting ill.
Yeah.
Because we've been inside.
Well, partly, yeah, but it's also, I think, because anything that's moved has been fucking sprayed or sanitised.
Yeah, because we haven't been exposed to anything.
Exactly.
We've got no immune.
That's what I mean. So
it's not been doing anything.
It's this butterfly effect, isn't it?
Our immune systems have just been like, and then it's come around to 2022 and they've gone fucking what?
Yeah. They've been sat in Barbados for the last 2 years.
Yeah, they've just been on their fucking bar lounges reading a book, and now all of a sudden 2022's come around and they're like, shit, now we got work to do.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't showed up.
Yeah,
and they've got no defence.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna. There's another trivial annoyance, and I think it's. I don't know. It's probably not trivial. It probably means quite a lot to people out there. This is something that really is really close to my heart.
Your lungs.
Sainsbury's meal deal.
Yeah. What about it?
Well, it's neither a meal or a deal, is it?
What do you mean?
It's not, is it? You
It's
go
a
to
350, isn't
fuck
it?
off. Exactly, it's 375, I think. I think it
350.
fluctuates, but you go to Morrison's. I mean, I think it must be a loss leader. They do, because how they make money on that, I don't know. It must be to get people into the store.
Morrison's meal deals are
It's prime.
superior.
It's top tier, god level meal deal, and it is a meal and a deal. It's good. You go in there, you can even get the pasta trays on the Morrison's meal deal. It's banging. And
You get the medium.
Yeah, and they make up these
Medium
little
salad
boxes
box
full of shit.
They call it. You always go, I'm going for a salad box, and you come out with a tray of pasta.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. Just, and you just cram it like fuck, don't you?
You
The
do.
people- yeah.
Fucking squeeze it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the pasta's like, yeah! You take it up into the cell. You go, right, we'll go self-service because if someone puts this through the till, they're not going to let it fly.
You know those weird big. Some people get those like plants in those bowls that you're never supposed to open.
Yeah.
it's like it's its own little ecosystem.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what my salad
It's like-
bowls
it's
look like
like
when
its
they
own
come out.
environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like crunched in there. Like, yeah. No, but,
Yeah, Morrison's meal deals are superior.
but yes, and they give you selection. But you go into Sainsbury's and it's like $3.75. It's like you can have an egg and cress sandwich and a bag of apples. What? And then all
I didn't know it was the war.
Yeah, and then they have the drinks, or like it's like inconspicuous because they mix the ones that aren't on the meal deal in with the meal deal ones, and it's like water meal deal, lemonade not. Do you know what I mean? It's just
I know they've got the banners running along the bottom,
Yeah.
and it's like it's like a puzzle to
awful.
figure out
It's
what's in it
fucking
and what's
awful.
not. Whereas in Morrison's, free for all, mate. It's
Yeah.
everything.
I will say though, and this goes from. I mean, they do have more variety, but this goes for all supermarket sandwiches, which is leading to the next triple annoyance. It's completely related. Is the absolute deception that are sandwiches. All the filling at the front, none of the filling at the back.
You're right.
Fucking gets
You
me.
are
It's
right.
sadistic, isn't it?
It is.
Whoever came up with that in the staff meeting, though, do you know what I mean? They must have been top dog for a
They
few
must have
weeks
been.
after that.
Yeah.
That's a fucking great idea.
It's like, you know what it reminds me of as well? It reminds me of the analogy with the pillow. Sean Locke. I think this is a Sean Locke joke, actually.
Right.
He says this a lot. He goes, you'll have a fucking awful pillow that you sleep on at night.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get into bed and you go, fucking hell, this pillow is so shit. I really need to get a new fucking pillow. You'll have a good night's sleep, you'll wake up and you'll forget.
Yeah.
And that cycle will go on for 6 years or so.
Yeah.
And I'm actually in that cycle right now. I've got a shite pillow. You know, they're not feather, and it's just that foam stuff inside, isn't it? And it's essentially a sheet now. It's not a pillow. There's no sustenance to it at all. And I go to bed every night and I think, fucking hell, this is awful.
Just sleeping.
And then I wake up in the morning like,
just sleeping on a flatbread.
yeah, legit. It is. It's so bad.
I saw
it's the same with the sandwich. You'll eat the front of the sandwich and you get to the back and you'll be like, what the fuck? But then you'll forget. And you'll go back and buy another one.
Yeah, I completely agree. And yeah, it happens every single time, all the sandwiches, and yeah, it's just horrible. It's a horrible situation to be in. I saw quite a funny photo of someone who'd used, because they didn't have a pillow on the train, and it was someone had taken the photo through the gap in the seat, and they just had a Twix, and they were using it.
I saw that. I saw that.
Good, so good.
Brilliant.
Oh, I thought we were going to go a whole episode without you getting that finger really close to my mouth. Really
did
close.
I do that?
Yeah, right
Oh,
up there. And
I
it was
did point
at
you right at the
speed.
beginning.
That was about 400 psi that came at me. Also, so here's a question for you.
Sorry.
If someone wanted to talk to you, would you want to know? It sounds like a bit of a weird question, but if someone wanted to talk to you, would you know? So, would you want to know?
Depends really who it is.
Well, no, but like someone say that you've met before and you might
we need to talk.
Yeah, so no, just wants to talk to you for whatever reason. I don't know, but someone that you've met before, one of your friends say wanted to talk to you. Would you want to know if they wanted to talk to you?
As in, like, would I inquire about
Just
it?
don't overthink it.
No.
Don't overthink. Don't just. It's a yes or no. It's
Yes.
a binary.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
So why do you have your phone on silent all the time?
Me?
This goes to a lot of people, but
I don't.
I see. I get bollocked for having my phone on loud all the time. Oh,
But
fucking
you
put that
answer
on
it all
silent.
the time.
What's the point in having a phone
Yeah.
that's on silent? It really fucks me off.
So my phone's always on loud, apart from when I go to bed.
Yeah,
But I leave it in another room when I'm working
that's ridiculous.
because I need to. I can't have it in the room.
You
with me.
realise it's called a mobile phone for a reason.
Yeah. Well, it's exactly, and it's mobiled itself to the other room.
Right. Okay. But that one's I get like notifications. I mean, if you didn't have your notifications on silent. The amount of notifications I get now. Oh, it'd be like being on a fucking pier, you know.
All right. All right.
No,
someone's got friends. We get it, Ted.
It's EE, but it's you go on like a pier, one of those, where the 2p machines. All this, it's like one of those, isn't it? Like,
yeah, or when you ring it's also like when you ring someone, or if someone rings you, you just miss it. You go, ring them back,
and then they don't answer.
Where the fuck have you gone?
That really winds me up. You always think it's a slight.
Where the fuck have you gone? I'm expecting to get a text like, sorry, I just popped over to Egypt.
Are you you're Android, aren't you? Not Apple. Oh, the amount of notifications is illegal, isn't it? It's just ridiculous. You literally clear them all off, and within about 5 seconds they're back again.
The good thing about Android is it groups them all. So like if you get a load of WhatsApp messages, it's one little bit.
Does it not do that on iPhone?
iPhone, it's like
Does it not?
Fucking string, mate. Yeah, it's awful. I think, or did they fix it? They might have fixed it, but not that long ago it was. If it was the case. One
thing that really gets to me, when a group spontaneously bursts out into song.
I'm grateful to say I've never seen these people in the wild.
People singing at me.
Oh.
You.
You feel uncomfortable about it?
I fucking hate it. I hate it when people just start singing. I don't know why.
Even when the song's on?
Yeah, I mean, if you, it depends on the environment. If you're pissed up in a pub and there's a few people having a laugh or whatever, if you just sat there and you just start singing, but sincerely.
No, but I wasn't singing at you. I was singing whilst I was setting up the stuff.
But the other day, and your little uke out, and you were sat there, and there's a few of us in, you were singing away. And you looked straight at me and sang, and I felt really uncomfortable.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I just hate it.
That's a weird thing for you.
Yeah, I feel really cringy.
It is cringy.
It's like I can't watch. It's like I really want.
I don't know why we find it cringy, because it's such like a, when you date back the human race, like that's all people would do. That was their entertainment, wasn't it?
I don't know what it is. Even if they're really good at singing, I find it really awkward. Yeah. I'm just sat there like, stop singing at me, please. Stop.
No,
singing.
The looking into the eyes is bad.
Oh, so bad.
And they're like,
yeah, thanks. That song as well. Stop. No. That's really gonna piss me off.
You know what I mean. Anyway, this has been the Pubcast, episode 4.
It's been quite fun.
I've enjoyed it. You got any words of wisdom to sign off with?
Life's not a rehearsal.
Life's not a rehearsal. Incredible. Thank you very much. Profound. Love you.
Right.